Dear students, I am your teacher, Dr. Sanmati Dhanode. Today, we are going to further discuss about the place or space of articulation. As you can see, I have made a title over here. Place or space of articulation means how exactly we produce a particular speech sound. The space of articulation is a label of the set three-term label. We have discussed about the voicing, that is voiced and voiceless. Now we are discussing about place or space of articulation. You have to think about where the sound is produced. So that is the space or the place of articulation. What is articulators? The typical speech organs we use to produce speech sounds, those are articulators. And we can divide articulators in two broad categories. One is active articulators, and second is passive articulators. Active, those can move, and passive, those who cannot move at all. The information is very simple, you just have to pay attention. Active articulators, there are basic three main active articulators which moves to produce speech sounds. Number one, lower lip. Whatever sound we are making, we are using our lower lip, it is moving up and down. Or the lower jaw, number two, lower jaw is moving up and down. Or the tongue is moving inside our mouth. So these are called as active moving articulators. In tongue also we have four parts of the tongue, four spaces in the tongue. For example, the tip of the tongue, then blade of the tongue, front of the tongue, and the back of the tongue. Back means where is the root of the tongue. Front means the upper part of the tongue. Blade means the side which is touching your teeth, that is blade. And tip of the tongue, we can take it out, that is the tip of the tongue. So there are three basic articulators: lip, jaw, and tongue. And within tongue we have four types: tip, blade, front, and back. Then there is a broad category, passive articulators, which cannot move its those cannot move its places. That is number one, upper lip. Upper lip can touch our lower lip, but ideally it is not moving from its place. Then teeth. Teeth are fixed in our mouth. They are not moving to produce any kind of sound. Correct? Then palate. It is also known as roof of the mouth. In palate we have three subtypes. One is alveoli. It means teeth ridge. Teeth ridge. Teeth ridge means a part of your mouth where your gums and teeth are getting joined. They are joining together. That is teeth ridge, alveoli. Then it is hard palate. Front part, hard palate. We have seen the diagram of the speech organs. Take into consideration, recall the diagram, then you will able to easily understand the hard palate. Then the soft palate, the back part of your roof of the mouth. So active articulators move towards the passive articulators. Action is going on, and from active we are going to the passive speech organs. So as per the articulators, we have the space of articulation, and there are 9 types, 9 places of articulation. So we can produce different speech sounds, especially in English language. Number one, it is, you can see, bilabial. Bilabial means lips by two lips, that is bilabial. Active lower lip and passive upper lip. These are the passive adductors. And who are those? That is p, b, m and w sound. P, b, m, w. P as in pen, b as in big, m as in mug, w as in wall. So while producing this p, m and m, w sound, we are using basically predominantly two lips together. So it is called as bilabial sounds. Number two is labiodental. What is labio, guys? Labio means lips and dental means teeth. So with the help of using our lip and teeth together, we are producing that particular labiodental sound. Here we are using upper front teeth, that is passive articulator. And what is the active articulator? That is our lower lip. And don't forget that the inner part of the lip is always active and the outer part of the lip is always passive. So f and v sound both are termed as labiodental sound. F, fan, v as in van. So we are using teeth and lip for producing that particular sound, that is f and v sound. It is called as labiodental. Number 3, dental. What is dental? Of teeth, of course. Passive articulator is upper inner part of the teeth and active articulator is the tip of the tongue. While making sound th and the, I am touching my tip of the tongue to the upper inner part of my teeth ridge. That is dental. Don't forget th and the sound. Th as in thighs, the as in then or them. That is dental sound. Then number 4 is alveolar. Alveolar means what? Alveoli. Alveoli means teeth ridge, where the gum and teeth are getting joined together. That particular line is called as teeth ridge, which is always passive. And the tongue blade is active. The tongue blade, the corners of your tongue which are touching the teeth, those are called as tongue blade. Those are active articulators and teeth ridge is the passive one. Both are combining together and making certain sounds as called as alveolar. For example, s, z, t, d, n and l sound. Let me quote few words for you. S as in sit, z as in zip, t as in tip, d as in dog, n as in nose, l as in lake. Fine. Then post alveolar. Post means back. Alveolar, teeth ridge. So what is post alveolar? R sound. Tongue goes backwards when we are uttering the r sound. How? The teeth ridge is passive over here and tip of the tongue is active over here. And after touching my tip to the teeth ridge of my teeth, it's getting back again, rolling back again, going rear of the alveolar. That is post alveolar sound. Then number 6 is palato alveolar. Palato alveolar. Over here, passive articulator is teeth ridge and hard palate. And active articulator is tip of the tongue and the blade of the tongue. So with the help of these passive and active articulators, we can produce sounds as ch, j, sh and z. Ch as in chair, j as in gin, sh as in shirt and z as in zoo. Zoo. This is palato-alveolar. Number 7, palatal. Here, active articulator is front of the tongue and the passive articulator is hard palate. Year, as in young, or the ear. Year, young, ear. That is palatal. Then velar. The active articulator is the back of the tongue and the passive articulator is the soft palate. For example, k, g, n. Sing. That is n. Gate as a gat, gate as in g. Then k sound, sky, sky. K sound is there. That is velar. Soft palate, passive, back of the tongue is active. That is velar. Now the final last space of articulation, that is glottal. What is glottal? Glottis, space between your vocal cords. H. When we are producing sound h, as in hug or huge, h sound is called as the voiceless glottal fricative, which means that the sound is made with the motion of your vocal cords, but it is not voiced. We are making that h sound in our vocal cords, inside our throat, near the larynx. That is glottal. So we have discussed the 9 space of articulation, and accordingly we have to write. Suppose in exam there is a b sound, so we have to write whether it is voiceless or voiced. Then you have to write how the b takes place in your mouth, in your speech mechanism. then only you can go and write the manner of articulation. In the next lecture we will discuss about the manner of articulation, and then we will be covered of the topic, the 3-term label in phonetics phonology, the second module of our syllabus. Any questions, do contact me. Thank you.